Just before we start, for anyone who's not aware, we will also be doing a Southampton preview, but I'll make it very clear when we move to that section.
How's your cough? Yeah, another feeling.
More than deserved point last week.
Yeah, I think so. I think if any team deserved to win, I think it was certainly us. I think you look at the chances in the game, and they were all ours. You can always do better with a goal you concede, but I think we're unlucky. You know, it's deflected onto the bar and dropped, you know, to Raheem's right foot a few yards out. It could have gone anywhere. So that was unfortunate because although we didn't quite get the intensity of our press right in the first half, I never thought we looked like we were going to concede. And actually, there's probably a feeling that there was a bet. You know, we played better in the second half than we did in the first, and we did. But we still created like some good chances in the first half. Brennan got in on a 1v1 and that sort of double shot. Second one was difficult. No, Morgan's is a great block on the edge of the box. Second half, we didn't change apart from just being a bit better timely with our press, and we got that right. We got up the pitch, and we're the superior team. You know, nobody can take that away from us. Ironically, we score from a goal with all the chances we create, but mixed feelings really on not winning. But I think we've also got to be realistic to realise who we're playing, and you know, we're the team that they are, and be positive about some of the good things we did in the game.
Graham Potter said his players really had to suffer today. So I mean, coming from a Chelsea manager, that's a compliment, isn't it?
Well, they did. It's a fact, and you know, he says that respectfully, but you know, we were more, like you said in the outset, John. We were more than good for a point today, and that's why I'm sitting here, obviously pleased with the performance, but also thinking, you know, I think, you know, we don't like to look back too much, but if we did, we think maybe a game we should have won on the day.
In 7 previous games when you've gone behind, you hadn't taken a point, so you're encouraged by the fact that you were able to fight back to the next.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but that's good to know. And I think that one of the things that I didn't quite like at Man United, and it was obviously like always going to be really, really tough there, is when we did go 1-0 down and 2-0 down, that we didn't do enough to try and get back in the game. And even if we didn't, you still got to try. And today I thought our whole attitude and intensity was at a really good level today, and hence why, you know, we came back from being 1 down. So you know, we could have easily gone, oh no, you know, here we go, unlucky goal, playing okay. But we raised our game, if anything, and that's because even sort of the maybe the last 10, 15, even 20 minutes of the first half, it was starting to improve. So it was a good reaction, because as you know, we've also had some bad reactions from going 1-0 down as well this year. So that's something that we need to talk about tomorrow for sure.
How important is the backing of the fans in these games at home? I mean, obviously they stuck with you.
They're brilliant, yeah. I mean, they're brilliant. I love it when people probably come in for the first time for a while and they feel it. You know, we're lucky that we get to feel it every week or every game because we're here. I repeat, we will not take it for granted. We don't feel entitled by it. We're dead appreciative of it, but we've got to earn. Excuse me, it's my cough. We've got to earn the support, you know, and that. Just because we've had it today doesn't mean we'll get it straight away in the next game. They've got to see a team that is trying for the club, and I think today they saw that, and the city responds off things like that anyway. Not just a football club, you sense that from living in and around it. But so yeah, the fans are probably a bit like me, pleased with the efforts, pleased with coming back, pleased maybe half pleased with the result, but definitely a feeling of, you know, we can do it at this level.
You didn't seem to get much off the officials in the first half. Do you think that actually worked in your favour, because it seemed to generate a kind of togetherness, and both among the crowd and the players?
Yeah, it was for sure. It was interesting, wasn't it? A couple of things that went on, and yeah, I'm not saying. Don't worry, Wendy. I'm not going to say anything. But for sure, the fans did exactly what you said in the question. They felt, hang on a minute, this ain't going as it should be. So let's respond and stand up and be counted, and don't try and be affected by things that should be better than what they are. And that definitely helped the occasion for sure.
Steve, you said to Sky you felt it was the norm that maybe things were going against you this season. I just wondered if you could sort of elaborate on that.
No, not really. No, I'm not going to elaborate on that. I just think that we've got to, whatever we think is not quite with us, we've got to not look for excuses, and we've got to tackle them head on. Like the away form, that's something that's our own doing, and I want to keep talking about it rather than swerving your guys' questions, because if I don't talk about it, then we're not facing up to it. There's lots that we need to improve on. First thing's the league table, league position, away form, away games is something that we've got to get better at, as a lot of other things. So whether we think things are going against us or not, whether the things we can do better or not, I want us to face up to everything and really fight for what we want to do this year.
How encouraged were you with the link play maybe between Gibbs, White and Johnson?
Good.
Brennan was awesome last season, but maybe he hasn't quite made the impact this season.
Yeah, I think they were showing that before the break as well. I thought that they were really starting to get good connection. Yatesy playing over that side as well. It's if they get it right, them two, it could be exciting. And if they can get that connection, there's something we're doing a lot of unit work with on the pitch as well. And so for sure, because it isn't sometimes just what we've got to be this year is a team. Because we can't just be okay. We come up against a team of like really good players, like today, for example. We've got good players as well, but we've got to be a good team in everything that we do, whether we're defending, whether we're attacking, whether there's connections on the pitch. We can't rely on individual moments. We can't rely on chance football. We've got to be a real collective in how we play, and we were that today without the ball. We really controlled the game without the ball today. What we didn't do in the first half was pick our press. We waited too long, and then we ended up being too deep, and we spent too long off the ball in a phase of a phase of a play. We did that better in the second half, and the impact in the game was just like immense, really, in the turn. So we got to find good connections and grow those connections off the pitch, and that's what we're trying to do on the training ground for sure.
Hi, Steve. Last season you talked a lot about sort of a culture and the way of playing at Forest. With some positive home results against Palace, Liverpool, and now tonight against Chelsea, do you think you're beginning to really find your identity as a Premier League side who's playing it a little bit differently this season? Well,
I think that we are. Obviously, everyone knows about the putting together of the squad and the completely new group. And I said before the Palace game, which was because I knew there was a break coming, that it's been and is a really tough challenge for everybody. My biggest coaching challenge for sure. But it's also been really tough for the players to come into a new dressing room where they're a new player, but everyone sitting around them is a new player as well. That's literally what it was like. So time was always going to be the most important factor of trying to become something. And I still think we're going through that, We're past the infancy of putting it together now, but we're not close to being established in terms of our identity. What you've got to do while you're doing that as well is win enough games, pick up enough points, because that's why everybody's judging. So we're trying to tackle all them sort of things, but there's definitely sort of off and on the pitch been progression, and with some stuff that people don't see, in and around the training ground. What we've got to do is keep committing to that, because we're going to win games, we're going to lose games, draw games like today. All of those experiences are giving us moments together, which builds everything: spirit, togetherness, way of playing, and even in the difficult moments when people might be professionally falling out with each other, or arguing or disagreeing, obviously always respectfully, you need these moments to become something, and that's what the best teams have, or successful teams have. So we're still trying to navigate our way to becoming that, but days like today can help in terms of performance. Just got to turn them into wins.
Maybe a good example of that is Taiwo. He's, maybe taken a bit of time to grow into it, but tonight he's been given the man of the match.
Yeah, played well, didn't he? Was this right? Yeah. You could say, I think you could look at everybody really and feel like they are getting better, but we've still got a long way to go to become a real sort of, or just become who we want to be. We're only looking internal. We're not looking at anybody else. People will ask me about Southampton next and all of that sort of stuff. We're not interested. We're just interested in ourselves this is Nottingham Forest, and we are who we are, and in terms of a club, what we've got to do is become the team that we want to be to represent the club.
Steve, I appreciate and understand the praise of the fans, but there was one moment where there appeared to be some homophobic chanting. Were you aware of that?
I'm aware now because I've been told, and I believe the club has dealt with it by putting out a statement.
Thank you. If we can move